Welcome everybody to my Let's Play of Catty Rain. Catty Rain is an adventure point and click game which features a journalism student trying to investigate the mysterious death of a grandfather. In short, it's an indie detective developed by Clifftop Gaming. I love detective and mystery games, so I hope I can entertain all of you with this. Without further ado, let's start, shall we?
Hey, you.
Hey. Oh, man. Oh, God, this is so comfy. I'm just gonna lie here and suffocate on my own vomit now.
I had a thing I wanted to tell you.
Uh-huh. This room sure looks different when it's spinning.
So, I was browsing through the used book ads in the paper when
Listen, Eileen, I'm totally excited about books right now, but...
Wait, hear me out! So, I noticed this article about a war veteran from Conwell Springs who just died. I remembered that you used to live there and everything, and...
Oh, how I wish for joyful, blissful sleep.
And get this! His name was Joseph. Joseph Rain.
What did you just say?
You knew him, right? I knew it! I knew you'd know him.
Alright, yeah, was my grandfather.
Yeah, was my grandfather. Hey, wait a minute, I never told you where I grew up.
Oh, well, I might have sort of looked you up.
That
Excuse
is
me?
not cool, Eileen, seriously.
I just couldn't help myself.
Well, one of these days you're gonna help yourself to a restraining order. I'm just telling you this as a friend.
I know. Well, anyway, you should know that the funeral is tomorrow.
Okay.
Are you gonna go?
I don't know. Good night, Eileen.
Good night, Kathy.
Alright, and so it begins. We are a drunk woman in the bed of our best friend, apparently.
Oh God, make it stop.
Turn off alarm clock, look
Eileen's
at alarm clock.
obnoxious alarm clock. The noise makes me want to stab myself with something dull.
Ah yes, this is your average point and click game.
Looks like Eileen left a note for me here. Hi, Kat. Since it's such a long drive, I set the alarm so you won't miss the funeral. Thank me later. E. I'm so getting a new roommate.
Ah, it's a roommate.
Well, I guess I should get going. I'm late enough as it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fairly sure it's about some guy who falls in love with his golden retriever.
That's illegal.
I think that movie is about a girl and a boy who hate each other at first and then they fall in love for no reason at all.
Yeah,
Oh, wait. That's every romantic comedy ever.
that's what I was about to say.
That movie's not out yet. It's a promo poster Eileen got for being an extra. She tells everyone who walks in here the same joke. Spoiler alert, the boat sinks.
Ah, so she's an actor.
Eileen borrowed it from school. She takes a bunch of computer classes.
I didn't know you can borrow computers.
I'm no geek, but I know how to use one. A computer, that is. Not a geek. Color printer. Super fancy, apparently. A fact which Eileen loves to remind me of.
Uh-huh.
It's some advanced scanner thingy. It can scan pictures, tapes, all sorts of stuff.
I'm just the kind of guy that
Our
is
info.
just going to
It's got an
look at
external
everything.
line.
Ah, I see.
Might want to pick up that.
Yeah.
Nope, not gonna do that. I can't deny that I'm a childish person, but come on.
I can't. It was worth a try. It was worth a try.
Just some random band poster. Pulp Fiction. Love that flick.
I do too.
The Thing. One of my favorite horror movies.
Oh. I just got an achievement, Procrastinator. Well, I want to
Messy.
look
Just
at
the way
everything.
I like it.
Why do they have bunk beds anyway?
Eileen makes her bed with surgical precision. Eileen's girly suitcase. There's a sticker on it with her full name. Eileen Mildred Summers. Mildred. Oh my god, I'm gonna get her for that. I wish I could wrap up that fact and save it for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Makeup check, hair check, horrible mood and contempt for humanity check.
Yes. Let's go,
Messy.
shall we? We procrastinated enough for now. Let's go to a funeral. Ooh. Ah, I see. This is a screen that shows you where you can go. So the only place where we can go right now is a cemetery, which makes sense. No procrastination anymore. That was a bit weird.
Well, here we are. God, I really need a smoke. Does anyone object? Guess not. Dead people rule.
I kinda object. Yeah. Can I
No
move
time for
around
that
now?
now. I'm late for the funeral. It says price.
Do I... Ah, yes. And here is the funeral.
We are gathered here today to honor a person of great integrity, a pillar of the community, and a decorated war hero. His name was Joseph Irving Rain. We all remember his warm heart, his compassion, and his eagerness to help others. His passing, while our loss, is surely heaven's gain. Now we entrust our brother Joseph to God's mercy. We commit his body to the ground, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, in sure and certain hope of the resurrection to eternal life through our Lord Jesus Christ, who will transform our frail bodies so they may be conformed to his glorious body, who died, was buried, and rose again for us. To him be glory forever. Amen.
That was a short funeral. When I go to a funeral, it's
Ugh,
mostly...
Kathy, you big baby. Just talk to her.
When I go to a funeral, it's mostly a big ordeal. It always takes a couple of hours.
Mary Elizabeth Rain, my grandmother on my father's side. Excuse me? Mrs. Rain?
Have we met, hon? You look strangely familiar.
It's me. It's Catherine.
Catherine? Who?
You don't recognize me? I guess it's been a while. I might be a bit taller than you remember me.
Kathy? Bless my soul. Look at you, all grown up. Oh, how I wish Joseph could see you now, finally coming home.
Let's hope he can. Wherever he is.
A comforting thought, dear. Lord, how long has it been? 10 years? 15?
15 sounds about right. I was 6 when Mom took me away.
Goodness, we have some catching up to do then. I want to know everything. Listen, I'm not quite ready to leave yet, but why don't you join me at the house in half an hour?
Sure, I'd love to. I passed it on my way here. It shouldn't be too hard to find.
I'll see you soon then. I'm so glad you found your way back home. I can't wait for us to have a chance to talk.
Same here. See you in a bit.
So apparently the mother of Kathy just brought her to some other country or something like that.
The coffin is
Or a
lowered,
different
but
city?
the grave hasn't been filled up yet. Rest in peace, Grandpa. I wish things could have been different.
71 years old. Parker. So these are all different tombstones.
A family mausoleum. The family must have been fairly rich. Those things don't come cheap.
I don't think I ever seen a mausoleum before. In real life.
No reason to go in there.
I mean, it's not really.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thanks.
If you wish to find God, the Church of the Holy Trinity is always open to you.
Is that so?
Here, have a brochure. It's never too late to turn away from the path of sin.
Well. And what makes you so sure I'm on a sinful path, Father?
And what makes you
Yeah.
so sure I'm on a sinful path, Father? Wouldn't you say that prejudice is but a small step from the 7 big ones?
I simply meant that we are all sinful creatures, child. I hope to see you at the church.
Don't get your hopes up, buddy.
I mean, it's well meant.
I wish you comfort in this time of grief.
I'm sure he meant it well. Alright. It's kinda obvious where we should go now. To the Rain residence.
Grandma, anybody home?
I can imagine that she's not home yet because we left on a motorcycle. She was still standing at her husband's grave.
Cute red horse. It's some old Swedish thing, I think.
Really? I didn't know the Swedish were into that.
This paint looks fresh. Grandma must have had this restored recently.
She's a Swedish horse restorer. I get
Nice
it.
black leather coat. Right up my alley. A mere single pair of boots on display. Boy, do we live in different worlds. An old wheelchair. Not too dusty. Probably used recently.
Maybe by the grandfather.
Huh. Never seen this around. Grandpa must have used it towards the end. A small table lamp. Dog fighting. Grandpa used to love that stuff.
Really? It looks more like airplanes. Is that a thing that you call an airplane fight? Dog fighting.
There's nothing quite like the soothing sound of rain falling
more you
on a
know.
window.
I agree with that.
Some kind of winter forest scene. I've always wondered if it's supposed to be Conwell Woods or not.
As you have noticed, everything is voice acted, so I don't have to do a lot of talking. I'm just going to react how she is talking and other people are talking about things. Which is great.
A wedding photo from when my grandparents married. They look younger than I am now. Things have sure changed.
I mean, yeah, there were the ye olde times. Different.
It's a photo of this very farm from way back. It says June 12, 1910 in the corner.
Old farm.
These should come in handy when I need to make calls.
Yeah, write it down, you.
It's a phone book, Conwell Springs County.
Ah,
I don't have anything to search.
yet.
I should be able to use this for looking up phone numbers of people or places in town.
Do people still use phone books? I think people just email. at this
I
time.
shouldn't overstay my welcome.
Let's go to the living room, shall we? And there she
hello,
is.
dear. I was just wondering what took you so long.
Sorry, I couldn't resist taking that old wheelchair for a spin. Oh, don't give me that look. I put it back.
You haven't changed one bit. Always kidding around, just like when you were little. Come, have a seat. We have so much to talk about.
Is this the grandfather?
Now, tell me about your life in the city.
Oh, there's not much to tell. I'm going to school for journalism. It's my second year. I ride a motorcycle in case you missed it there out front.
Ah, that's right. Just like your father.
Yeah, I suppose.
I must ask, have you heard anything from your father? Anything at all?
No, nothing since he bailed way back then.
I expected as much. He disappeared without a trace. No matter, that's ancient history. How's Sharon then?
Tell the truth, you had her committed to a mental institution. Oh boy. Avoid the old subject, no reason to bring it up now. I'm always for the truth.
Mom is... I had her committed to a place where she could get some real help. I just couldn't take it anymore.
I'm sorry to hear that. In spite of everything that happened when she took you away.
Yeah, about that. I'm sorry I didn't visit sooner, Grandma. Mom, she told me all these horrible lies about you and Grandpa. When I was old enough to understand what she was doing, I felt like it was much too late.
It wasn't your fault, dear. You were a child. I'm just happy that you're here now.
Me too. So, what about you? How have you been doing all these years?
I've been lonely ever since the accident. There's no denying that.
What accident?
Goodness gracious. Of course you don't know. She took you away before it all happened.
Don't know what.
I will never forget that dreadful day. August 16th, 1981. It was the middle of the night when Sheriff Truman knocked on our door. He had Joseph with him. I couldn't even recognize Joseph at first. All dirty and wet with an awful blank stare on his face, like his soul had been ripped from his body. Since that day, he never spoke a word. Forever confined to that blasted wheelchair.
Oh,
Really?
I get it.
For all this time? I had no idea.
It came as a shock to all of us.
That's horrible, Grandma. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, dear.
So, Kathy's grandfather apparently was paralyzed by some kind of accident, which is possibly not that accidentally, if that's a correct sentence.
Why do you think Grandpa suddenly left that night in '81?
I haven't the faintest idea. He acted very peculiar not long before it happened, disappearing for hours at a time. At first, I even suspected he was having an affair. When I asked him about it, he just said he was chasing old demons. It must have had something to do with the war.
PTSD, what did the doctor say? What about the police? Let's go with this
Maybe
one.
it was post-traumatic stress disorder? Grandpa always had a hard time showing weakness.
I don't know, dear. I'm just speculating. I didn't think too much of it at the time. Joseph was a man of few words. I'm sure he just didn't wish to burden me with it, whatever it was.
What did the doctor say?
What did the doctors have to say about Grandpa's condition?
Persistent vegetative state. That's what they call it.
Ooh.
I've heard it all by now. One doctor said it was a stroke. Another claimed it was a seizure. The third hack tried to sell it off as a severe infection. It's all a load of tripe. I had an MRI performed on Joseph. It's one of those state-of-the-art head scans.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yes, well, according to the scan, his brain was completely intact. They thought it was a technical problem at the time, some kind of glitch, but the result was the same after 3 different scans on 3 different machines. Eventually, they had to confess that they simply had no credible explanation for the state he was in.
That's weird.
And this injury just happened to occur on the very same night he mysteriously disappears?
Indeed. I refuse to believe it was a coincidence.
That's pretty weird, yeah.
What did Sheriff Truman have to say about the matter?
Not much. He said they simply found Joseph in that condition on the outskirts of town. The sheriff was convinced there was some kind of foul play involved, but the investigation turned up nothing. He later said that he was sorry, but that he was forced to close the case.
You know, I could try to find out more about this.
You're welcome to try, dear. Some kind of closure would mean the world to me.
Okay, I think I'll head over to the sheriff's station for a little chat then. Would be nice to witness police doing some actual police service for once.
Oh.
Sure, you go ahead. Let me know if I can be of any more help.
Alright. Show Zippo lighter, show stun gun, show notebook, show pack of cigarettes, or show church brochure. I don't know if we should show a stun gun to my grandmother.
I don't want to show her that. She'll just start worrying about me. I don't want to show. What do you think about this church, Grandma?
They seem harmless to me, but they can be a bit pushy at times.
Huh, you could say that. Handing out pamphlets at funerals is in pretty bad taste.
Awfully strange behavior for a priest, I'll give you that.
Now that you say that, it is kind of weird, isn't it? Giving out pamphlets during a funeral.
See you later, Gramps.
Take care, dear.
You don't hand out stuff during a funeral.
Grandpa in his Air Force uniform. Looks to be in his early 20s.
I think it's a little bit disrespectful.
Planes, planes, and more planes. That's my great-grandfather, Eric Wren. I never met him. They changed the spelling to Rain after he died, I think. Some woman dressed fancy. I'm not sure how I'm related to her, but she has my hair. Planes, plane. A robust piece of wooden furniture. I used to love digging through those drawers when I was a kid, looking for coins, buttons, and trinkets. Grandpa and me, we had this game where he would hide pennies around the house and I would go on a treasure hunt. Never in the attic, though. I thought it was too scary up there.
That's nice.
Nice leather chair. Freckles, the old farm cat, used to love that thing.
Oh, those farm cats.
Grandma has prepared some tea for us. Nah, I'm more of a coffee gal.
Oh. I enjoy both, to be honest. Coffee more.
A decent-sized book
Tea's
collection.
okay.
Most of them science or history related from the looks of it. An intricate toy airplane with moving parts. I remember playing with that. Grandpa had a whole collection of them.
Alright, I think we are done here.
There's nothing quite like the soothing sound.
Yep. Let's go to the police station, shall we? Sheriff's station. Bulletin board, photo, picture.
Land of the free.
You're darn right.
Not their peak hours, it seems.
That's a good thing.
Hey, Sheriff.
A bunch
What's
of
the deal with
cops
that
lining
bum?
up for a photo.
What bum?
Excuse me?
Cell.
Oh.
I thought it was with you. Well, shit.
I didn't quite understand it, but I thought when they were talking about a bum, they were talking about me. And I was like, oh no.
A medieval fortress near an ocean, probably supposed to be somewhere in Europe. A medieval fortress near an ocean. Various notices and a wanted poster.
Okay, I guess. Maybe halfway through. That's no good. We're gonna have to cancel lunch today.
Again? Oh, man.
Your motivation shouldn't be limited by your growling stomach, Lenny.
If you say so, boss.
Fax machines, the pinnacle of modern technology.
Really? I
Might
think
be
she was
something useful in
sarcastic.
there. I think he'd object. Might be something useful in there. It's that cop's phone. Might be useful somehow.
We are going to use that.
Need you to do some.
Hey, do you mind if I...
Sorry, that's not allowed.
Oh.
Lots of police reports, organized alphabetically by the looks of it. I would, but I can't do that when he's right there. Maybe I can distract him somehow. Some young cop. Looks a bit familiar.
Let's
Hi.
talk to him, shall we?
Hello.
Do I have to commit a crime to get your attention? Because I seriously will.
Ma'am, I'm really quite busy at the moment. Hey, wait. I know you.
I'm pretty sure you don't.
Yes, I do. You're Kathy. Kathy Rain.
My reputation precedes me, in a kind of but not totally creepy way.
Aw, come on. It's me, Lenny. Lenny Marks.
Admit the truth, you have no clue who he
I'm
is.
drawing a blank.
Really? You don't remember us playing when we were little kids?
Not really. Sorry, buddy.
Darn. Well, that's a bummer. Anyway, what can I do for you today?
I wanted to ask if you know anything about my grandfather's accident.
I really don't know much beyond the rumors. The sheriff may have more information, but even he probably doesn't know anything that isn't in the report. It happened before either of us worked here.
Okay, I think I'll have a chat with the sheriff then.
Okay.
Sure thing. His office is to your right.
Yeah, that won't get me into trouble at all.
Come on, do it.
I don't want to show him that. I don't... What's your opinion on this church?
I think it's a nice enough church. Why?
I don't know. The priest seemed odd. Kinda pushy.
Yeah, I get your point. But I know the guy. He's harmless.
If you say so.
Alright.
I don't want to... Well, gotta go.
See ya.
Alright. Let's talk to the sheriff, shall we?
Tons of miscellaneous files. I don't see anything labeled as police reports, so those must be elsewhere.
Hey, Sheriff. What's the deal with that bum?
I guess somebody's a winner.
What bum?
The one in the cell.
Oh, I thought it was with you.
Shit.
A photo of the sheriff shaking hands with some bald guy in a suit. Probably the mayor. It's always the mayor.
Always the mayor.
Just some photo. I can't see it clearly from here. Just some photo. I can't see it clearly from here.
Always those bald, old mayors.
Just some photo. I can't see it clearly from...
What do you mean I can't see it clearly from here?
A gold medal of some kind. Just some photo. I
How's
guess
the
some...
paperwork coming along, Lenny?
That must be the sheriff. He looks grumpy.
That's no good. We're gonna have to
Sheriffs
cancel
are
lunch.
always grumpy. In movies.
Hello, Sheriff. Do you have a moment?
Not really. Make it quick.
Do you know what happened to Joseph Rain in 81?
He had a stroke in the woods. That's what happened.
If that's all there is, why would Sheriff Truman open an investigation?
It was just standard procedure. A general occurrence report always has to be filed.
I see. Did you know him at all?
No, I haven't been in town for long. Man sure has one hell of a reputation, though. It's been over a decade since he was put in that wheelchair, and people still talk about the man he used to be. It's like he was a cult leader or something.
Sounds like a conspiracy theory to me.
Could be, but you know what they say. Things too good to be true usually are.
Police report.
Could I have a look at that report?
Absolutely not. They're official police documents.
Why not? I thought filed police reports are public record.
Not in this state, they ain't.
Where are we anyway? Is this Texas?
Aw, come on, Sheriff. What's the big deal? It was a long time ago. It would make this girl very, very happy.
Are you trying to use flirtation on an officer of the law? Oh, that shit may work on numbnuts like Lenny, but I got work to do.
Who's Lenny?
But I'm family. Doesn't that count for something?
You consider yourself family? I've never even seen you before in this town.
It's complicated.
Guess what's complicated? Not to mention illegal. Handing out evidence to anyone who asks for it.
Lenny, a little help here? Don't you agree that he's taking by the book too far?
Well, boss, she is his granddaughter, really. I don't think it's any...
Don't you think I know that? There are rules. Am I the only one in here who cares about the law?
Too much coffee? Try not to pop a vein.
You want to see the inside of a cell?
Oh, cuff me, officer. Spare me the torment of your rhetorical questions and veiled threats.
Just follow the rules like everyone else. I've had enough of this nonsense.
Fine.
I mean, he has kind of a point. You should always follow the law. That's my opinion. Maybe we can give...
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kathy.
You can give me the police report, can't you?
Hey, I need to see the police report from '81 when my grandfather was found by the old sheriff.
I'd love to help, Kathy. The files are right here behind me. But you better check with the sheriff first.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Well, gotta
See ya.
Looks like talking isn't gonna help me get that report. I'll have to take matters into my own hands.
Alright.
I wonder what's behind those doors.
And we are going to find out in the next episode, because I think this is a good breaking point. Goodbye for now, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you like this, please subscribe, and
Hey, Sheriff,
I hope to
what's the
see
deal
you
with that bum?
in the next episode.
The one in the cell.